I know we're going to get into this fast, but yeah, I just want to say, good morning. Hopefully, y'all enjoying, wherever you're at. Just hopefully you just, wherever you're at, enjoying this beautifully peaceful morning, of course. And I was, of course, we're going to get into Raw as I was, kind of watching last night. Yeah, I was watching Raw last night. Yeah, that's pretty much. I do have to talk about it too. I am based around it, so even if I don't want to, so I might. Yeah, I was watching Raw last night, and not many that in kind of defense, not many that the JDs would love. What a good will love. It's just like force you to believe that it's the worst thing. Yeah, so it was. Raw was for the most part or halfway. I want to say halfway. It kind of was the same old. Nothing as far as some way still progressed. You still had you still had some interesting storylines play out and go going forward. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I said Raw still is trash. Like we still at a point where it's just nothing's perfect, but it still was as far as needing something to happen. I'll say that there was things that's going on when it comes to such as the Bloodline, and I was very interested too. The Bloodline and Judgment Day, and of course something else. I think and of course Trish being here tonight with to explain why she attacked Becky in the first place. I saw it earlier. I thought it was just whether it was just in character, but I had no idea. Just like how I think Drew is going through right now. Not that, of course, I don't think that's not going to happen, but Becky is. It also came out. Apparently I probably had to read much more on that, but it'll unless that's official, I won't. I'll make notice of it, but I won't be directly just flashing a headline just because it'll get traction, views. No, I'm not gonna. Gotta come with the straight up facts. But apparently, Becky Lynch's contract is coming up. So, and I think a lot of people were her writing last night earlier in the day before Raw. She said, she wasn't going to show up. She said, she's not going to show up tonight. And I think that's what was going on. So, Trish was, it was whatever with that. But, we'll get to that by the time, if, like I said, if anything, of course, happens as usual. Then we'll get to that as, when it needs our attention. But I want to talk about the promo. Obviously, that's why we're here. What else will we be? But I want to talk about the promo, Trish Stratus's promo last night. That basically displaying her attack on Becky Lynch. Why she attacked her, why she coughed up the titles basically of Becky and Lita. And she actually also tells that. As far as being not wanting to be held back, but we'll get into that. But so as that promo, I thought it was a good promo. It was actually a good promo. I will say that I'm not Trish Stratus, especially when it comes to women wrestlers as a whole and just wrestling. Trish has never been a favorite of mine. Obviously, of course, when it comes to when you're talking about her beauty, but as far as if you're talking about on the level as when you're talking about a Sasha Banks, I know people give me shit for that, but or you're talking about even a Lita to a certain degree, but I will say that Trish knows is much more. Even better in the ring than she was years prior when she first started out, even at the peak. But so I would say that she's much more better in the ring. But yeah, as far as like everything around the character and just like the name Trish Stratus, yeah, I was never a fan. Yeah, I was never a fan, and I can't, of course we'll cross that when we get to reach into that world. But yeah, I was never a fan of Trish Stratus. I thought, yeah, so pretty much overrated. Yeah, as far as like even having something to do with the women's wrestling and professional wrestling. No, I laugh at that too, but I can't say that. Yeah, of course, she is a trailblazer. Like she did contribute more so to women's wrestling being where it is today. And yeah, like this promo, yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good as opposed like almost like as far as like the heel, like yeah, like I'm really as far as me really being excited going forward to looking forward to this match. Like yeah, she really caught my eye with this promo. I was like, let's say as I believe I'll be talking about it regardless, but yeah, I'm actually kind of really excited going forward, even more so now that going forward. That promo was good. Oh, like it was. I don't know if it's like. I mean, she like her name is off of that, but I don't know. Like I don't know if it's rust. I don't know if it's the lack of obviously because it's not like she's full time anymore. So, but yeah, the problem. It just felt like how she was talking about it. It just almost felt like robotic. Like it just almost felt like she was just an android. And yeah, basically reading off of how just as much as possible, like trying to like read off of the script that was given to that's what it felt like. Like it was still good. Like she pulled it off, but yeah, it just felt like as far as like putting it as far as like as far as that putting an effort towards it just really it just felt like you could tell it's just is she reading from somewhere? But yeah, like that's what I felt like to it. But yeah, she still kind of pulled it off. But as far as like still making it somewhat interesting. But as far as like really like, I would even go as far as to say, like I said, we still probably going forward. But when you talking about Edge, who's only and Christian too. Like when you talking about like among that caliber, who's only gotten better when they've come back. Because I remember too, even though like Trish had a lot of passion, and I don't know, she would put a lot of just a really lot of emphasis, emotional emphasis in her promos. But yeah, it just felt like here, and just her just really talking more, and cutting a promo. Yeah, it just felt really extremely flat. Like a flat tire, and it's just you it sounded like you were talking to like Alexa, the Amazon robot, like that's what it felt like. But yeah, like talking about the promo, she came out and basically said that she was the revolutionary, that barrier breaker, that trailblazing, that started that walk towards the woman. I don't know. When it comes to WWE, let me just I don't know, because they how when it comes to their especially like a John Cena or a Rock Hogan as such. You know how WWE loves, especially just everything. Like we know how WWE loves. It's like most companies. Especially with WWE, you know how they love to play and how they like to, brainwash and, like many say, that we're revisionist. Yeah, we know how, WWE likes to really, takes away from the fact how they like to change what really happened in history. Unless you're really just, unless you're hardcore or, there and you saw the events play out, like come on, you're not getting that shit over us. So like, I don't know what it because like I would like to, as far as like it, because they like really like put it as far as like Becky Lynch, as far as being that trailblazer or the face, or they do it for Charlotte as far as like them being them being at the top echelon of that woman's wrestling. But we really know who that really is. Like I think they say the same thing when it comes to Trish and Lita, as far as like really putting women's wrestling on a map. When like come on now, we all do. We all know, like, when it comes to that, we all know the true. We all know the true history. We know the actual playmakers, and going forward to make it happen. So that shit that shit really pisses me off. And even more so, just really just thinking about it, talking about it, and going back, WWE definitely pisses me off with that shit. That shit needs, like, can we stop with of course not, but it's like, can we stop with the revisionist history, like trying to like brainwash over history, just like, of course, like to pander and get across what they want you to believe. I'm so sick of that shit. But just talk like to the promo. It was, like I said, it was good. It was really good, and basically, Trish, like she said that when she first came to the WWE, women's wrestling was a joke. Like I said, because I could like be here all day with this promo. Cause as I was watching it back, I was like, are they serious? But I just want to talk about the goal of what I came here today to do, and that's what we're gonna talk about. I'll probably like really talk about that. But Trish. So Trish. She said when she first came to the WWE, the women's wrestling was a complete joke. She said that she brought. What I will say is like, I mean, when you're talking about like they had Sunny and Sable, I think as far as them being like basically the first divas, and they were a lot of, especially a lot of dudes, men loved them, and it was really such a really boom. Like come on. I just want to say that a little bit, but she said she brought. She also said that she brought credibility to the women's division, and that Lita didn't help. It was just her, and without her, there would be no women's revolution at all. She says instead of cheering for women like Becky Lynch, everybody should be thanking her. Trish talks about Becky acting like the four horsewomen started the women's revolution, but just like Becky, that's a joke. Trish says never once did Becky thank her for everything she did for women in WWE, and she loves to call herself the man. She talks about how Lita has been Becky's little sidekick, but she's nobody's sidekick. She also says the reason she took out Lita was to make it obvious that she ruined the tag titles for Becky. I mean, because I thought that was really, everybody thought it was like kind of leaning towards it was still Damage Control, because we all thought that was pretty much over. Like, come on now. But I kind of, like I had it, pretty much in my mind that the only people, I don't know, because you could clearly saw, I don't think earlier that Damage Control was there yet. Or as far as them, I guess being, people even thought it was Liv and Reiko, but I think like they were like pretty much the only ones around each other in there, right? So of course, like, it had to be Trish, and she says, this is my favorite lines right here. Like she then says she finishes it off with, she's not a nostalgia act, she's not anyone's childhood fantasy, she's the single most important figure in WWE history, and she'll make sure nobody forgets it. I was like, oh damn. So that's why I said, that was really, really, that was good. That shit, I was like, oh, okay. Oh wow. Whoever came up with that, or like that, this was exactly some good shit. Like that is, as far as like her real, I say now, because like I said, now I'm really just really interested it going like in this back to the heel character, or Trish beat heel Trish. And yeah, like yeah, that's gotta be my favorite. That's gotta be one of my favorite lines right now. Going forward. But yeah, so like this, like I said, yeah. As soon as I heard that promo, it's yeah, it's yeah, it was, yeah, shit was really good. And like I said, when talking about like the Hill Trish, I said even think about it. I never really, cause I used to thought she was basically just like a playmate for Vince McMahon. That's what I always thought. Or I had never really seen like the really, when it comes to heel, like Trish, like when she's like in her prime, like being heel. Even though it was like it was kind of laughable, almost like, yeah, like how like in Disney, when it comes to, yeah, like animated villains are much more darker. Because I don't want to put it in that certain context, but it was almost like, yeah, I'll kind of say like CW ish, stuff like that. Like reality TV, so like as such. But yeah, I never really took, when it came to like if you were talking about, yeah, just Trish overall, but I never really took Trish as being heel, especially, really serious. But yeah, like, as far as that, like I said, like this heel version right now, like a Trish, kind of reminds me of yeah, it kind of reminds me like of when, like when Rock was when he first left, and when he was first about to get his way into Hollywood. That's how I was about to say Hollywood, but I only say it in a certain context. But yeah, when he was first about to break his way in the movie, Hollywood, he pretty much kinda already, because he already had small roles in the real late '90s. He was already kind of getting small roles. But as far as like being the lead, all about him, yeah, like a blockbuster, A-lister, megastar, he was just starting out. Scorpion King was that back in 2002. And yeah, yeah, of course we all know when it happens to that, he was he got turned, yeah, he got pretty much, the fans was turned on him. And yeah, they already knew what was going down, and they turned on him at the SummerSlam 2002 pay-per-view. And of course, just The Rock didn't take, the rest is history and stuff such as that. And of course, he came back as Hollywood Rock, and I was a really, really entertaining, joyful character. And that's what at least this version of Trish feels like now, like talking, acting in the behavior, and carrying herself, just body language and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of the Hollywood version of The Rock. And I think they should take it that way. Like, of course, like, yeah, she's a name. Pretty much everybody, when it comes to the wrestling world, people know who she is. It's like she's one of those. She's still a playmaker for the women's wrestling, and a lot of girls, just as they still do, a lot of women looked up to her. So I feel like, yeah, like they should really play into that character, as far as like her just having an attitude, and just having just like, yeah, they really could take this like character, like I say, yeah, if you really want to get started to it, and make it about, cause like I said, yeah, they can do somewhat as far as that, yeah, just like have a Hollywood version of Trish. Or just like, yeah, just like all, just like, I started the women's division, and yeah, you girls are like cubs, y'all came up, y'all only exist because of me, and without me, y'all would, yeah, like, who knows y'all, and what's your name, without me, you're not a wrestler. So, and I felt, yeah, like. And yeah, like I said, that they definitely should make it all about that. Like they could really really make things interesting as far as as the character, this heel version going forward, and just like the feud overall. I feel like they should definitely, because that's what it looks like, and that's like I'm definitely all for that, really. And so like I hope like like it's obvious that they're kind of, because that's what it feels like to me. Also, it's just like overall that has the character sort of comes off as just like Hollywood Hogan, basically how he came off. Yeah, that was that whole thing about of course joining the NWO and becoming Hollywood Hogan. He was making movies. He was a megastar. Changed the course of history, and basically just like people like the only reason wrestling has, we all know like the history between that, well, like the promos and just Hogan, just as far as like being the reason why wrestling is basically a genre. So like I feel like they should definitely like have a sort of character that would that would really be interesting, and I feel like they should do obviously not just promos, but I really, because I'm just also afraid because they could like really I mean I don't know, I mean as long as it's decent, I would they can obviously do a lot much more to make this character just like heel Trish, especially now, as far as like is how she's carrying herself now. They could really make so as far as like that, like it doesn't like, I mean you're not gonna strike when it comes to like the bloodline, not immediately. I mean, like I said, like when it comes to Dom and Ray, just look at that there, and that's just like another blockbuster storyline right there, and people love that. So like you can, like as far as like you could really do like make this people really care and really like interesting, really great TV. So I can't wait as far going forward. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do going forward. And I'm really like just judging off that promo, like even more excited to see the story between Becky and Trish going forward. That promo, I really like that promo. That's probably got to be now one of my favorite promos in wrestling history. I really like that. And as far as like some issues, but she still pulled it off. And that's all that was really good. All in all, Raw too was just like I said, kind of same old. And Raw, it was pretty much the same as last night. Wouldn't really miss anything. It was still decent though. I'll give it that, but definitely much more. As people like, oh no, what the? You're crazy. No, especially like I mean something's going on now that like Triple H has got some help that back there, but like it's definitely better than I guess it's kind of a little bit better than the shit that we were getting with whether you want to say Vince or just definitely Triple H when it comes to their versions of booking. But I mean still pretty much trash. You're not gonna it's not gonna be you're not gonna get any like Dark Knight levels of compelling television out of right now. So but I really like, I hope if you watched Raw, enjoyed it, or I really like enjoyed. That was a really great promo, and like I said, I can't wait going forward to how it's gonna be the story going forward. I just can't wait more. I'm really excited. It's really good for me so far, and what I just said, I hope they, as far as like similar approaches, how the heel character of Trish, because like I said, just look at Edge and how that came to be. And I would argue too, like his second run is much more even like worlds more interesting, compelling, and just entertaining than his first run. You can make arguments to that, but like I mean, I hope they do something so to make it even much more very interesting. As far as like being a predicator to like make like really make a bit like do the same thing, not just with them but other women in that division. Really do something. But yeah, that's what I had to say. And I hope y'all, I hope whatever you do, hope y'all enjoyed it. Yeah, stay blessed and enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourself, Cosmos. I'm gonna see y'all very much later. Stay blessed.